Hello, everyone, and welcome back to yet another political episode. So, if you guys are living under a rock, we got breaking news today. We news that has pretty much highlighted pretty much the year so far. Uh, United States was attacked by Iran by an Iranian drone. Around 3 soldiers killed and 34 U.S. service members injured. This is a direct assault. And that says Iran also says it successfully launched 3 satellites into space before this. So, and I'm mainly saying this because people are realizing, wow, and we thought Trump was going to start all the wars. Now, I get this was an unprovoked attack by Iran, but let's be honest. Hopefully now we have people waking up and realizing that Palestine and Iran are not your friends. They don't like you because you stand for them. They still hate you because you bleed American. And they will kill everyone that bleeds American. So that's note to self. This is the second video I'm doing today. Thanks to the incident, breaking news, the conflict that has escalated thanks to this regime. So, a lot of people now are talking that Trump can win a landslide. I honestly don't know. Honestly, Red Eagle Politics says Trump will win a landslide. If those of you who disagree with me, don't whine on the comments, whine to him. Because he's the one that said Trump's going to win in a landslide. Other political news, I should say political analyzers like PA politics, I believe PA elections, said that Trump could win a landslide, possibly reach 400 electoral votes. And I'm like, okay, how is he going to do that? Because I'm looking at the midterms, I'm looking at 2023, I'm looking at just that all together, the mainstream liberal media. So, well, let's see how things have gone. All right. First off, let's kind of look at the big picture and kind of see how good of a year have candidates had in terms of year margin. So yes, Democrats had a good year in Maine, somewhat of a good year for both Democrats and Republicans in New Hampshire. I would say it would go more for Republicans in 2022. Yeah, Republicans won Vermont in 2022, but Phil Scott, I gotta hate it to you. He's probably one of the worst governors ever, and he's a Republican. You want to define a bad Republican? He's the number one guy. He literally is a Biden sympathizer. He is a Biden endorser and a Democrat endorser. He's a Democrat, and he refuses to admit it. So yes, I would say despite losing every election in New York, Republicans had a good year in terms of morale. Pennsylvania, not so much. New Jersey, red because of morale once again. So yeah, I could see reasons on like in terms of how good of a year both political parties had. So it seems that Republicans are pretty much having a good year. I mean, I don't know if we should kind of give Kentucky, but this is like sort of what I was thinking we could do. Or, you know what? To save time, I think we're just going to go on a Trump landslide scenario. We're going to go bold. We're going to go like and just because I'm doing this, does it think I'm going? Is it going to happen? I don't know. I'm literally in the I don't know. I'm seeing both moderates saying it could happen. I'm seeing conservatives saying it's definitely going to happen. And then I see liberals saying it's not going to happen. So I don't know what to think. So I'm just going to play out a Trump landslide scenario and see how it goes, because why not? It's a free country for the most part. Anyway, let's get started. Maine. I mean, this is a Trump landslide scenario. Trump would win Maine for sure. Vermont will probably go for Biden. It's the most Democratic state in the country, as well as Massachusetts, also the most Democratic. Rhode Island, Connecticut still in there. They will be tossed up for now. New York will go for Biden regardless, because of, I think personally it would be more tossed up, like leaning. But yeah, New Jersey will go red. They're saying Trump can reach 400. I'm like, how? But let's just see if it's possible. We're really pushing for a radical Trump victory landslide. He would win Minnesota if this was a landslide for sure. Montana, Idaho, Utah, Arizona, Nevada. He would win Oregon, New Mexico, Colorado, Alaska. Now this is California for sure will go blue against him. New York, we're just gonna do deep blue colors, solid colors for now. Connecticut, Rhode Island still too tossed up. 54 electoral votes to go. Washington D.C. should have been blue a long time ago. We have Nebraska, Washington, very tossed up. Well, here's the thing though. Washington, Illinois, they're the two most least democratic. If you want to talk these, I'd say if you want to give it more, I would say Rhode Island, Connecticut, go blue. Although 2018 was a good year for Republicans in Connecticut, it showed that Republicans could win Connecticut, but I just simply don't know. I don't know. But who knows? Trump might not have to reach 400. That's just a conspiracy. Personally. So yeah, I think he would possibly win. Biden would possibly win Illinois, Delaware. But yeah, yeah, I think it's sort of gonna be like, okay, now this is more of a 406. All right, I mean, it's not typically how states vote, but if Trump was going to win a landslide, I think personally this is it's gonna have to look like, because believe it or not, Republicans had a good year in Rhode Island, in record set of getting more votes. I mean, there was one race Republicans literally almost won, in regards to, let's just say, I believe it's a state office, but they lost by just less than 10 points, which is a record. There was also California, but ultimately California goes blue because of Los Angeles. New York goes blue because of New York City. And if even New York goes like tilting towards Biden, like this, I personally still think it still goes blue, because New York City, you know how many people live in New York City? 9 million. How can you cheat 9 million people? So I personally think, yeah, New York could, if Trump is going to win ultra landslide, New York's going to be either tilting, or I would personally think leaning, because that's kind of how it was demonstrated in 2022. Vermont would be leaning. Massachusetts would be, leaning likely. Maryland would be leaning. Close to call. So yeah, I think this is the terms of margins. If you were to say, hey, how big do you think Democrats would win in these states? This is kind of how I think Massachusetts would do the best. Debate it with Hawaii. Although Hawaii is the most, Vermont is the most Democratic state in the country according to the 2020 results. It does have a smaller population. You know that because it has one. It's just an at-large congressional district, so that means very well Vermont can underperform the record set in 2020, which was a huge record because Hawaii in the last 4 elections now has been the most Democrat state until 2020, where Vermont took the #1 spot on the top. So what are you guys thinking in regards to a Trump landslide? Do you think that Republicans are Republicans daydreaming this again, or do you think Democrats are shooting themselves in the feet too hard, like literally over and over and over and over and over again with Trump indictments and karma is getting them big? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys in the next political episode.